Hi guys, we are back with The Bridge Kingdom by Danielle L. Jensen. We just read chapters 16 to 26, so this is episode 2. We are about to spoil everything that happened in chapter 16 through 26, so if that's not something you're interested in, this is not the place for you. Um, I is there anything in particular that you guys want to dive into? Like you absolutely have to go. Like I've got a thought and it's kind of tangential. So if there's anything anybody wants to just like yell about,
Go for your well, I wanna
well,
know what you just teased a tangential thought.
it's because I the first note that I have is like my most rabbit hole theory that I can't let go
Oh,
of.
no. Oh,
But
no.
I fear that it is a hole and there's nothing in there. It's just a hole.
Okay.
But there was one line in this section that talked about the bridge. We did talk about how weird the bridge is in
Yeah.
episode 1. So I feel like we have to at least talk about it. And there was one line that said the bridge was not built. It's on page 172. But literally there was a legend that said that the bridge was not built. I've got to remember what it actually said.
Is the direct quote, "The bridge was not built"? I will
So it's
search it
in
right now.
it's in the second paragraph. Don't spoil yourself. What if you get something
Bridge
weird in like
not
the last chapter?
built.
Um so it says of the ancient bridge itself, which their
Oh,
legends said was not built but had
I had
grown out of the
currently
earth like a living thing. And I just had to mention that because I know we kind of talked about it
that is
in
crazy.
the last
Yeah.
episode, like what, because we were talking about like what is it that they're blindfolding her for so she doesn't see. And I think we kind of figured that out in this section. Like it seems like it's very clear, right? There are mile markers. It's easy to count steps to figure out like where the
Mhm,
secret entrances and the pillars are so that the Ithacanians like know how to navigate the bridge very quickly
mhm.
to like keep their country safe. I'm still wondering if there's something more to it than that. But I still feel like there's something weird with the bridge, and we still haven't seen Aaron Hall, which is also strange. Like these two big things that are looming, and I thought for a second that what was also tied in was like the weird mystery of like what was the one thing that Meridrina wanted from this pact, but we found out it's steel. Like it's
Ugh.
just they just
Her
want to
dad's
make
a bad
weapons.
guy.
Yeah, they're just like shitty, so they want to make weapons. Great, because fighting is better than feeding their
Eating.
people. So like I guess that's not part of it. But what do you guys think? Like, is there something with the bridge? Is it just a bridge? Should I keep going down this hole?
No, I think there's I was so ready to, like, be like, "No, Brooke, it's just a hole." But it seems like there's something with the bridge.
It's just so like majestic and smooth and made of weird rock, and I'm just like, what is
Or it was, like,
the
built by
thing?
dwarves.
It's just like there are these huge man-eating snakes, like and the snakes and the snakes, and look in your bed for the snakes,
How
and then there's this huge bridge that's almost like a stone snake, and I'm just like, what is this, Elena?
how are the snakes not in the bridge?
Because the bridge is a snake, Elena. Snakes don't eat snakes.
It's a giant basilisk corpse.
Okay, but wait a minute. Hear
That's a
yourself
hole.
out.
That's a hole.
They
I do
don't
like
like
a
the
good basilisk.
water. No, that's a really great catch.
Yeah,
I
I like
will say I just looked up "not built," and that's the only instance that comes up.
good. That doesn't come up again. I don't have a better theory. It's just like the symbolism is there for like the bridge and the snakes and the bridge. It's been mentioned a couple times that it just doesn't seem like it's true stone. And like just offhand comments of like, oh yeah, like the builders must have been really capable. I'm just like, uh, hmm, hmm. I don't know. That's all I got.
No, there's something with it. I just wanna see Aaron Hall. Is that too much to ask? Like, how are we, what, 3 months in and haven't seen Aaron Hall?
Yeah, no, I mean 26 chapters into this book, like two-thirds of the way through the book, it is still too much to ask to see Aaron. So
But, like,
I There's got to be something
Book
really cool with it to hold it this long.
book timeline, we're like 3 months in because War Tides was supposed to be 2 months.
That is my estimation that it's about 3 months from where we started.
Yeah, and she still doesn't know, like, what is so secret about Aaron Hall? Like, they've given her so much information and still no Aaron Hall.
Right, like it could be as simple as that's where a lot of our people live. And if the bridge ever were to be taken, nobody would know about it. Kind of like the other islands that we see as we're sailing through them on the way to Maradrina. Like there are those islands where Aaron says, like, yeah, they live here year round. And like the subtext is nobody knows. And if they did, they'd all die. Um,
Is anyone worried
Things
about
like
those
that.
people in the coming war?
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
I think the biggest my biggest concern is what this war is going to look like. And at least she found out about these very hidden but maybe soon to be not so hidden islands after she did her invisible ink trick. So like there's that.
But they're not hidden because she's like, "Oh, my dad and Saren definitely know about these, and
No, no, they've
will."
said that they don't. She has that
Oh,
thought where she's like, "Oh, like I don't
I
think
thought
that."
she said that they do.
Oh, maybe.
I can't tell you. Sorry.
I
I thought
thought
I remembered her saying specifically like she had the thought where like there's no way that my dad or Sarah knows about these, i.e., if the war comes here, like these people are super toast.
how do you
She mentions a
spell
couple times
Saren?
Serir.
SER.
Oh, wait, I found it. I did double R. The phrase is, "Did her father and Saren know that?" Which I think is why
Mm,
because I
yeah,
interpreted it as she thinks they do.
but it seems like she's asking herself,
Mhm.
do they know about these options? So yeah, she doesn't know. Um, I think we have to jump right in to the invisible inked pieces of paper in the room, and we have to discuss how anxiously uncomfortable all three of us are about where we're at. Like we're going straight to the end, guys, and I think we have to. Like if you're in this journey with us, you want us to be here right now. Like why did we even talk about the bridge? Who cares about the bridge? We need to talk about these pieces of paper. What what do we think? What do we think at this point? Are all of the pieces of paper still there? Has a note already left? We all think the pieces of paper are still there in this moment.
Possibly, yes. I just feel it's gonna come back.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I feel like the papers go one of two ways. I feel like they get out and then she has to be like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry. This is what I did. We need to fix it." Or she has to figure out how to either come clean or like get the papers back. Personally, and I don't know about you guys, if it's A, like if the papers get to her dad and Saren and they have this information, I don't see how that story ends. Like, I don't see how he ever forgives her, the people ever forgive her. Like, there's no way to be like, oh, she was just brainwashed, so like we can forgive you. Like, she will get people killed. Like, I don't see like, do you see that as happening? Because I don't see how that happens.
I think that's what I'm so worried about. Because if that happens and then they, like, just gloss over it and make it work anyways, like, I think as a reader, that's gonna impact. I mean, I just don't see how they would do it in such a way that convinces me
Yeah.
that that makes sense.
Like the papers get there and then that's what starts the war and then somehow Aaron and the people forgive her someday.
Yeah, like, what?
No, I don't. Let's see how that could feel
Good.
realistic.
I really hope that she gets them and burns them or something. I don't have high hopes though, because like you don't just write 26 invisible messages and have them go away in a book.
But I think they'll probably get the letter. They'll start the war, and this will be like her redemption arc.
You just made my
I think
anxiety
either
even worse, Jamie.
I know either way, like I think it's gonna happen.
My hope, and this may be me being too optimistic at this point. My hope is that the plot arc from here is that she's now right. She's realized her dad is the big evil. Like, so I don't think there's a world in which she lets the papers like continue to be. And I'm wondering if what's happening next is that she's going to try to like sneakily get the papers and then get caught, and that she has to come clean to Aaron. And then it's sort of like a okay, it didn't happen, so there's that, but at the same time he now realizes that she was entirely ready to feed him and his entire country to Maradrina, and they have to figure out how to bridge that gap.
Which I think is fair. Like she's gonna have to come clean at some point anyway, assuming that the relationship like goes somewhere.
Yeah.
But well, aren't we kind of forgetting that there's a third alternate option, which is that aren't they currently still in Maradrina?
Yeah.
So like, what if they get caught? Like they already said that what's her name? The spy girl clocked that she
Marisol.
was clearly the princess. They like
What?
she made a comment about her eyes and like made a weird face. And then she was like, "Oh, but it's fine. She's a spy for Aaron." But like it doesn't seem like she knows who Aaron is because otherwise she would have realized he was married and clocking her like just because she currently spies for Ithacana doesn't mean she's gonna keep being a spy once she realizes who's there.
Yeah, let's talk about that whole thing. And I'm really glad that you brought that up in that way because I read it differently, but I was also not sure because there is a lot happening there, right? So we have Aaron, who's pretending to be like a ship, like a merchant ship captain from Herondel or whatever that country's called. And Laura is pretending to be his like teenage cousin, which is hilarious. Marisol clearly is a spy, clearly has slept with Aaron at least, I would say, thrice. Um,
Regularly.
regularly. Like, girl was real sad when she found out he was married. But and there is that one line where Jor's like, yeah, he's married now, and she like does the looking at Laura, but I couldn't tell if it was definitely that she was looking at Laura like, oh, this is his wife, which I think so, but at the same time, could it be like, this is the cousin, so that's why he's upset? And then does
No.
Marisol know who Aaron is? Because I don't think that she does.
I don't think she does either.
I don't think
Because
she did, but she like very much clocked the fact that Laura's eyes. She like literally makes a comment being like, "Oh, you could be related to the king with those eyes."
But she wouldn't have said that out loud if she knew who Laura was.
Yeah, but then all of them everything else happens after that where they're like, "He's married now." And then she clocks Laura in her eyes. Like then
But
she like
she would have to know who Aaron is, and I don't think she does. Because
she
so
would
then I was
but
thinking
he
that
hasn't been
Marisol,
around for a year. Like I think the pieces are there for her to figure it out, even not having known previously.
he's always worn a mask
yeah,
when he's outside.
I think this is something that is a question, and I don't think we're meant to know. I really don't think that we're supposed to really know what all these interactions are at this point, which I thought was very interesting. Because I was thinking Marisol is thinking she's giving the information to like a higher up in Harendelle, and Aren has somehow infiltrated that relationship.
Maybe. I don't know. But the point still stands, they're still in marriage arena. Like, there is a very real third option where the papers don't come into play, they get captured. Or at least because, like, here's the thing with me, like, where I'm sitting, why it just is very convenient that the day that Laura was like, "Oh, I'm gonna leave and have all this gold and jewels in my pocket and also my narcotics bracelet," is when they're like, "Come on this adventure." So she just, like, handily has her narcotics bracelet with her, like, that's not going to be relevant at any point?
So you don't think they're leaving Marriage Arena? Like you think something's gonna go sideways while they're there?
I'm worried for them, and then, like, then she's faced with the real like, she's come to the realization, like, she doesn't wanna share the information with her dad. So, like, if they get captured, what is she going to tell them? Like, she has to tell them something.
That would be wild if the 26 pieces of invisibly inked betrayal paper are a red herring.
That's what I'm saying.
Because they're making me so anxious.
But, like, they're still in Maradrina, like, we kind of stopped on a crazy like, maybe it's not a crazy part, but, like, having stopped there currently feels like it could go so many ways.
Yeah. Um, yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot going on. There's so many different ways that could happen. I'm hoping that if if one of the letters gets dispatched, that they can stop it. That's like the next plot point is like how to stop the letter from getting to where it was intended to go. Or if they get caught in Maradrina and she's like giving information that she can lie.
Yeah, it seems like we're heading there for a confrontation. So something's gonna happen. I just don't know. I have no idea how it's gonna play out.
Well, and what is the end game of the entire plot? Because like, clearly her dad is the big villain. So, like, this war is coming whether or not she helps them. So, like, they unseat her dad somehow and her brother becomes king, her brother that we haven't seen, like,
I didn't even
what
know
is
she had.
the Yeah, the Saren writes little letters, and it's
Yeah.
like, "Your brother isn't doing what he's supposed to be doing.
Philosophy.
Our people are starving."
Yeah, I guess if Maradrina doesn't get one of the letters or gets information from her in some way, my thought is like the 1 year timeline that basically they decide to stop waiting for her. They just launch an attack. Or maybe they have another spy in the midst that is maybe purely there to sense if Laura is faltering. Um, which brings me to a character that I'm concerned about getting a little sus on. But I'm back and forth because I love him, and I need to hear how you guys feel about
Sure.
Jor.
Oh, I love
No.
Jor.
No, 0% chance that man is a spy.
But isn't there like a chance? Like
No.
some of the things he's said and the things he's done, they don't bug you
Like
guys.
what?
Okay. Okay, hear me out. So he's all like, "Oh no, Aren, I'll come with you on the watch," and then convincingly is going number 2 in the jungle, and they're like, "Oh yeah, I know what those sounds are." But like Laura did the exact same thing like 10 chapters earlier. Like, and then it's the, "Oh no, you go back, like I'll continue doing the thing," and like just shipwreckers getting randomly um like not working, getting
Yeah.
stuck, and just I don't know. There've just been like a couple things, and in one sentence he will say something that is like really not cool about Laura and like Aaron's situation, which can come off as just like, that like grumpy like uncle figure, which I love because then the second sentence is something funny, funny haha, like, yep, we love Jor. And I want to love Jor. I don't want him to be doing anything nefarious, but I can't help but have these little moments where I'm just like, were you really pooping in the woods or was it something else? Like, I don't know. I don't
What do you
know.
think he was doing when he was supposedly pooping in the woods right behind Aaron?
Don't know. I don't know. It just, I think that there have been a lot of mentions about how everybody has spies everywhere. And there's also a lot of unrest about how Aaron is doing his job and like the whole treaty and everything. And I wouldn't be surprised if even there was just some sort of coup where they were like, you know what, we don't like the whole Aaron Laura thing. We're going to put our foot down and basically like take over for the betterment of Ithaca. I'm just worried. I'm worried that there's like something going on in the background. I want
I
to
do
be
not
wrong.
think Jor is a spy. Jamie, you're the tiebreaker.
I think I think your concerns are valid. Your suspicions.
Don't tell me that, Jamie. Tell me I'm wrong. Shove my face in the
Tell her
dirt.
she's
I mean,
wrong.
now that you're saying it, but when I read it, I didn't think there was anything nefarious with him. I just thought he was just like the older, wise, but like tough love type of character because he helped raise him, right? And then train him and everything. He
Also,
respects him, but like they joke around too.
Yeah.
there's a lot of spies everywhere, but I don't think in Ithaca because I don't think people leave, but people also don't come. So like everyone in Ithaca has grown up in Ithaca. So unless they were spies outside of Ithaca and were convinced that Maradrina is the better country and should take over all their friends and family, like I just don't see how there would be a spy.
And
True.
not like civil unrest where Jor is going to mutiny Aaron.
I don't think so.
Okay, good, good. You know what? Let's put this to rest. Pretend like I never said anything. Jor is great. We love him because honestly, him shoving Aaron into the water so that he and Laura could just fight each other on like a sandbar in water up to their knees was hilarious. I love him. Like I want him to just be like that cool uncle that's like y'all need to stop being idiots. Like you fight it out,
Work on your
get over your
marriage.
shit. Yes.
Speaking of the sandbar scene, so Laura just shot a snake from like however far away, and they were like, "We didn't know you knew how to do that," and then they never mentioned it again.
Not yet.
It's been 3 chapters.
Yes. 3 chapters in which Aaron is like it's 3 chapters long of Aaron going, I told you so. I told you so. I told you so. I told you so. So maybe he needs to get that out of his system and like the next chapter is him being like, so now that you know that I was right, tell me where you got those awesome bow skills that you totally could have helped us out with over the last couple of months. Ready to go. And then
I
maybe
really
she's
hope
just
they
being a
follow up.
paper. Maybe she's like, I tried to betray you. Lots of paper. So glad you haven't sent a letter. And he's like, oh, I did.
Surprise! You might not find this surprising, but I was been a spy the whole time.
Or it was just a lucky shot.
Lucky shot right in the mouth. Um,
Fluke. I just thought I could. I wished it there.
I
Guys,
mean,
I have
yeah,
magic.
that's actually what I was waiting for with him like running up the beach with the snakes. I was ready for him to like whip out some air magic or something randomly, and it didn't
He's the
happen.
Avatar,
Hmm.
the last Airbender.
Appa, yip, yip. Oh my goodness. Um, we need to talk about Aaron. He's so fantastic, but also such a drama queen. Like and that might be me being too unfair because his wife, who he definitely has a crush on, which is a silly sentence, definitely told him that he could just lay down and die. So I get like feeling bad about yourself for a little bit, but like him just saying like, "Yep, I'm gonna go run up a beach full of man-eating snakes. Nobody take them out." or else I will shame you for life. Just to get his wife to care about him. My guy.
Old. He's like what, 22? He's not that old.
Oh.
He's done it before. So
Many
he
times.
he believed in himself.
Um, but I just love him and like his line to her that comes right before her like snapping and telling him to go die in a ditch. Like where he just comes clean and is like, all I want to do is like get peace and like have Ithacana be part of the world rather than like fighting for survival against it. Which is like, oh my god. Like he's just so pure and wonderful. And I have such a crush. Do you guys like him? Do you hate him? Is he boring?
Don't hate him.
See the way you were looking at me, Jamie? I'm not convinced. Tell me how much you love Aaron.
I love him so much.
I feel like we haven't seen that much of him.
Mhm.
Maybe I'm just forgetting scenes from earlier in the section because I read it a while ago, but I like their interactions. It just feels like they're in the same spot they were at the beginning. Like Laura's finally coming around, and I just think we need to see that like kind of where it goes with her admitting she's a spy or not.
Yeah, I think like the only progress that they've made, and I'm going to put that in air quotes, is that I think they both realized that they care about each other, and then she pushed him away, and
Yeah.
then he was a big drama about it.
Now,
And yeah,
can we just watch her do that like four more times? Can they like get a little closer and then her be like, "I don't like you, go die," and then they get a little closer and then she goes, "Go." Like I just think we need it like a couple more times for it to sink in.
no, I don't want it. I love that this book and its characters all have very believable and realistic motivations, and I don't question them ever.
And they don't have the same fight over and over.
No, it's so good. Like, and I think that
Yeah.
that's what is keeping me super invested in this story is like the motivations make sense to me. They're believable. Like the characters and the relationship like has an extremely believable progression. The only thing that I will posit is that we said earlier this is probably about 3 months in. They haven't they've kissed. That's it.
When he was
Once
drugged.
when he was drugged. Like they guys, how?
He was
Well,
dreaming, wasn't he?
Who has this kind of self-restraint?
he hasn't been around really. Like he's been in the barracks. Like that's what I'm saying. Where like I feel like we
Pouting.
need.
He's been in the barracks pouting. It's not like he was oh sorry, like I gotta go to work for 2 months. I'll be back. I'm pining for you. It was like no, he's purposely putting himself in situations that he's not around her too.
No, I think it's realistic because like it's been war times. Like
Yeah,
he's been on guard this whole time. Also, like he doesn't trust her. Like he got married because of the treaty, but it's not like I think they're trying to keep distance. Both of
yeah,
them in a way, which gets back to having motivations and actions that make sense.
right. And I mean, like I think it's really cute how he kept trying to like have dinner with her. It was adorable.
That was
And
cute.
I love how he caved again with the whole like her being seasick and he was like I can't watch her be this miserable and scared in the boat like we need to do something. I just he's such a kind person. Just it just like bleeds off the page.
So we did. They had to share a bed scene.
That was
Oh my god,
cute.
cute.
I actually read that scene over again because I was confused when it was just like and then we woke up and then we went on a walk and I was like did I miss did I no.
It was a room full of people, Brooke.
Yeah, that didn't stop the other two.
You know, I
I
will
was just
say, what was that?
no, just the extreme, like just uh, I don't understand how they have kept each other at arm's length. Like they slept in the same bed and they literally were just like, snugs, and then fell asleep.
Because they're in the barracks that they're rooming with a bunch of other people. I mean, that there was the other couple that went at it, but
Also, Laura was
Self-restraint.
literally kept in
yes.
a desert camp her whole life. Like, her, like, actual lived experience. No, no, no. I know what you're gonna say. And, like, understood that there was training, but her actual lived experiences,
Mm,
like,
no,
she's so sheltered.
yeah, for all intents and purposes, she is a virgin. Like I totally understand. Yeah, no, I really honestly I'm commending them. I'm not like rolling my
You're
eyes and like
just
it's
impatient just a little bit.
it's unrealistic. I No, I love it because you know what? That is the great thing about slow burn tension is like you're hating it while you're loving it. And I am hating and loving it
You're
at the
hating
same time.
it?
You're
No, no,
right.
no.
I
Hating it
think
in
you're
like
the only one the slow burn. You're
how?
hating the slow
But like I'm loving how much I'm hating it. I'm hating it and loving it. It's a love hate because it's so painful, but if it weren't going the same way it was, then I would actually hate it. Like I love it, but it's hard, but I love it. Slow burn.
I like the pace that it's
Mhm.
going for their
I agree.
relationship.
Yeah, it's adorable.
And I like there are moments where like they're like yearning for each other,
Mhm.
but
So cute.
they're not quite there yet.
Her like whispering in his ear when he needed to get the arrow pushed through his arm.
Cute too.
The fact that her voice near his ear was so distracting.
It was
I
just
was
like
just like,
little touches too.
oh,
Well, and I feel
little
like this section did a really good job of that, where it was, like, small little moments.
yes.
Yeah.
Like honestly, that moment of her kneeling in the mud with him, like as he's bearing his heart and soul to her, and then she's just like, no, feelings are dangerous.
I have a job.
I have a job to do that definitely no one knows about, but everyone knows about. This will surprise no one. Um,
Surprise!
we have to talk about Laura. I also love Laura. Like, I think that it would be really easy to be like too anxious about everything that she's doing and miss how cool everything is that she's doing. But like the ways that she's finding like ways to get the information and that she has this whole plot like and she hasn't really even said it out loud to the reader but she has this whole idea for how Maradrina can infiltrate Ithacana that we don't really know what her plan is like she's given us pieces of it but apparently it's in that 26 times over written letter like she came up with the plan it's not even that she's like here's the information do with it what you will she's like here's the plan she's killing man-eating snakes with one arrow she's dragging people out of the water so that they are saved like she's such a badass I'm having so much fun reading her while she's making me anxious.
She's just more believable because, like, she's trained for it, and you can see her training, and I think it's interesting that, like, we don't know what her training was, so, like, we get bits and pieces of it, but, like, it's kind of interesting seeing, like, when something new comes up and it's like, "Oh, girl, you can do that?" Like, damn.
Yeah, the whole we had to like try to kill guys and then stitch them back together so then if they survived we
That
could try to
was
kill them again.
that was
Mhm.
so sad.
Valcata should hate them.
Valcata should hate them. I'm rooting for Valcata.
That was so hard to read, like that letter that the Queen of Valcata sent to Aren. He's like, ooh, she used to like, start her letters with like, Aren, my dear boy, son of my best friend. And then she's like, King of the land to which we will set fire.
Yeah, that was
Oof.
brutal. Well, and the fact that he gave them steel, like, why couldn't he just say, like, "I won't tax beef"?
Because that was the agreement that they got to choose one like one trade item, and he, because Aaron is too pure for this world, figured they would choose something that would actually like help their country in a meaningful and long-lasting way, and they chose the thing to make weapons with to keep going through this war that is accomplishing nothing.
Do you think Aaron will get his heart broken,
Oh yeah.
or Laura, or both?
They love each other. They end up together.
Well,
Oh
yes, of course. I bet, but like, let's say
yeah.
that this book ends in a cliffhanger.
I hope not. I really hope it goes, "Surprise, I'm a spy." Oh, that's not surprising. Over it.
I think there has to be a moment where Aaron gets his heart broken because, like you said, Elena, there's no like long lasting and beautiful relationship where he doesn't know
Yeah.
what she's done up to this point. Like, there has to be complete honesty in my mind. So, I think that he has to have at least a moment where his heart is broken, realizing at one point, like after everything that happened, she made the decision that it was okay that he and all of his people died because she knows that. She says it multiple times like, I am about to be the end of Ithaca. Like, she owns that. So he's going to realize you were okay with me dying, with my people dying, and that's going to be hard for him to get over.
But as of right now, she hasn't done anything. If she can burn the letters, then she wasn't okay with him or his people dying. So, like, what's there to be heartbroken about? Like, the girl you thought was a spy turned out to be a spy, but then she realized that that was wrong.
Yeah.
Because he already feels a little bad for her. Like, he already is like, "Oh, your dad's kind of the worst, and you were clearly like propagandized."
I do think it's surmountable. Like, I think if she can keep the letters from getting to her dad and Saren, like, I do think that there is a world in which he's like, okay, the worst didn't happen. You've apologized, et cetera, et cetera. And then they grow from there. But he's still going to realize that at that point where he bared his heart to her and like they clearly had feelings for each other, she still at that point was okay with him dying, like legitimately. So he's got to, it's different realizing she came in as a spy and realizing at what point she decided to change. And I mean, like,
Like
her
this
heart's
the
already
section that
broken.
we ended. Yeah, because she has to choose between like his people that she got to know and then her own people.
Hmm. Yeah.
Is anyone worried about Aster?
Who was that again?
I wasn't until you mentioned him.
That's the
Oh,
like
he's like
general guy.
the old guy that's
Yeah, like he
like
punched in the face.
yeah.
He had it coming.
He did, but like he literally just like dishonorably discharged him and was like, "It'll be fine." Like, talk about potential spies, like people that are potentially unhappy with the current regime.
Yeah.
That's true because he has a mistress, right? Wasn't that the one?
Yeah,
He has a mistress on the side.
yeah,
Hmm. And like him hanging out with his mistress is why he was mismanaging the forces in the South.
yeah.
Not a good look.
Bad luck. Someone tell his wife.
Seriously.
Yeah.
I'm
Um,
I wasn't actively worried about him, but I do agree with you that there is a definite possibility that that comes back up in a
mhm.
very negative way.
That was the only other thing I was really worried about.
The other character that I'm worried about is Taryn because
No,
I love
absolutely
her.
not. I will hear nothing on my girl Taryn.
She does not have a bad bone in her body. I think I would DNF if she was just like, I'm a spy, or like, I no, I don't think she makes it out of this book. Like, I don't see a world in which she
No.
survives and has like a happily ever after.
I
The
was just
only
about
bad thing
to. a giant spoiler, and I just want everyone to know that I didn't. I'm gonna text you guys what I was gonna say,
Okay.
but continue.
Giant spoiler for another book.
Yeah,
A book that we've read.
yeah.
Um, I just she is such a perfect friend for Laura.
She's
And
not perfect. She snores.
well, but
And she
yes.
spies outside her door so Laura can't spy.
She again, like she's almost like the female equivalent of Aren, which I feel like Anna could have been, but we haven't really seen any of her since the beginning
No.
of the book. Because I feel like Anna is probably a perspective character down the line. So we're
Mhm,
saving her for later. And I do really believe that Taryn is like that perfectly placed character to die that we will mourn because this book is brutal. Like I love it. I love how it doesn't pull punches, but there are moments where I'm like, what did I just read? Like what what is happening right now? And so I feel like named characters that we have come to love have to die to keep the tone promise of this book.
it can't just be like a Leah,
I mean,
R.I.P.
I think
Or
Leah could
Nana.
also die. Yeah. I feel like we've got to love Nana more.
We haven't seen Nana since last section.
Leah could also die, but I don't think it could like just be Leah. I would feel like that would be kind of cheap because we don't her.
Now that you mentioned I could see Taryn dying, I wouldn't be that upset about it. I think Laura would be upset about it because that's like her first non-sister friend.
Here's my prediction
All right,
for the
let's hear
end,
it.
or going into the next book.
Okay.
So Lara being a spy, what if she's like reverse spying, and instead of spying for her dad, she spies for Aaron,
Ooh, that would be
and
good.
then they work together and they take down Madriana. Yeah.
Who even
Mar-
cares? I wasn't
Margarina.
convinced.
Counterpoint, Aaron's whole thing is like that they don't attack first. So like being a counter spy wouldn't work super well from that perspective.
It wouldn't for his current perspective, but I really like that idea, Jamie, and that had not occurred to me, and I don't know why. Because, like, yeah, she would be perfectly set up
Mhm,
for that. And honestly, as much as I have been saying I love how pure and kind Aaron is, like it would be nice to see him make some character progress as well because really that was like what she
mhm,
yelled at him, right? Like he has this super idealistic view
mhm,
of I just want peace and I want Ithacana to be part of the world and she's like, dude, that's not going to work. And I kind of agree with her. Like
Mhm.
you can't just be like, let's all get along. It's not realistic. So it would be nice if they kind of met in the middle and Aaron
Yeah.
realized I'm not going to just be able to play defense all the time or my people are going to die. And maybe that is the direction that they're in.
Yeah. And I wonder if like her sisters will come back, if they got away before the dad and Saren came back, and if we'll ever see the mom, because she was mentioned a few times, even though Lara doesn't remember her.
I immediately got excited about when she was like, "Oh, we're going into the port that my mom was in." I was like, can we snap her up real quick and put her on the ship and just whoop, whoop, whoop." But that seems too idealistic.
I really hope her sisters make an appearance. I just wanna meet her sisters.
No more. They could all stab their dad in the back, like in other books where families have traditions that are similar. That'd be great.
Mhm.
Die, dad, die.
I don't think we need to draw comparisons between that book and this book because so far this book is
Very
I'm not
different.
gonna say better.
It's very different. But yeah, I really like that idea, Jamie. I think that that is a definite possibility for the trajectory. that this goes in. I kept imagining her now like fighting for Ithacana as Miradrina is coming in to attack, but it would be really cool if somehow she got back into Miradrina to be like, all right, let me help you guys out, but was a double agent.
Yeah. It's gonna be hard for her, I think, with to convince that the people, because there's no other witnesses other than
Yeah.
Dad, Saren, the sisters. So who would take her word for it?
Her word for
That my dad is this awful guy.
oh
And
yeah,
I think they know it, don't they? At least Aaron does.
it
I hope
seems
so.
like the whole world other than the sisters knew it. So she'd have to pretend that she doesn't know it. And maybe her whole plan is I'm going to go back to Maradrina and be like, I'm going to take you guys there and I'm going to like show you how to infiltrate them. But in doing so, she sinks their ship as it. We don't think that there's any world in which the two of them don't end up together, though, right? Like, definite end game for sure. We just have to see how it gets there. Yeah. Okay. Good. Cool. Cool. Cool.
Not unless it's one of those books where they both die at the end
Oof.
and like Anna becomes queen, and that's what happens for book 3.
No, Anna's gonna go fall in love with the Prince of Arendelle.
Arendelle,
Yeah, that's my prediction for book 3.
probably.
Ooh. I'd read that.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I also, my assumption too is that like the whole conflict doesn't get resolved by the end of book 2, that it's like an ongoing thing through the whole series. I think it'll
Yeah.
probably just like grow and evolve.
That makes sense.
Hmm.
Just a long form prediction. I will say though, so far I am genuinely like truly enjoying this book. Like
Mhm.
I'm having a hard time putting it down to stick with the book club chapter breakdowns. It's been a lot of fun. So for knowing absolutely nothing going in, it was a
Agreed.
Agreed. I want to say the next chapter is short in an Aaron perspective. Am I making this up? Because that's what I noticed. Yeah, it's like literally most of
Mhm.
the audiobook is like 25, 30 minutes. The next one is 7 minutes in an Aaron perspective. So like that means something's about to happen.
That or he just has very little thoughts.
Well, and then the next one's a Laura perspective, and it's like 12 minutes. Like we're about to get some short chapters.
Hmm, okay. Is it too
So
much to hope for that we're gonna like explore a relationship a little more in the next couple of chapters? Maybe
they're at an inn,
they're at an inn, a really nice
and
inn.
Aaron's ex-girlfriend's in.
Ooh, less intriguing. Although I will say at this point, I genuinely am not interested in them doing anything until everything's out on the table. Because the whole time I will just be like, no, stop, put your clothes back on, tell the truth, tell the truth,
It's like a little tell the truth song.
tell the truth. I'll be very worried the whole time.
Yes,
Yeah,
we'll
I'm okay with
see.
it if it doesn't happen in this book.
Yeah,
You think that there's a possibility there's no spice in this book?
Yes. Just kisses?
is this so? Is it YA? Do you know that
Is
it's not
I
YA?
actually don't know.
is it YA?
I don't know. That's kind of what I've been wondering. I was like, I don't know, because it came
I'm
out a while ago, didn't it? Like before new adult
Yeah.
was a thing, but it was
It
also
seems
indie
very
published.
it seems very new adult.
It does.
hmm.
There
So no
were a few
spoilers.
descriptive scenes.
Yes. I'm remembering back to another book that we all read together where you told me the exact same thing. And I thought, no, for sure, no. And you weren't lying.
What, that it was young adult?
Know that there were like no spicy scenes until book two. I thought you were lying, and you weren't.
Wait, which one of us?
You, Jamie.
Me?
Yeah.
Which book?
No, I said no spoilers.
Okay, tell
It
us
This
happened.
is
later.
gonna
It
bother
happened
me.
in an episode. So, if our viewers slash listeners have
All
taken in
right.
all of our content, doubt it. It's in there. Yeah, I like, okay, I don't need there to be spice scenes. I would just be
I
like, how is the tension still going into book two?
I have a guess for what book it was.
I think there's only been one book that this is applicable to, so uh, okay. Well, I'm really excited to see how this ends. Will we find out how the bridge was made? We're definitely gonna find out if Laura's letters get sent or found. What happens with those? Uh, Now I'm worried about them being stuck in Maradrina, which I wasn't anxious about before, but now I am. Yeah, a lot's gonna happen, I'm
It could
sure.
happen.
Could. Oh no, it super could. I don't know why my anxiety hadn't thought of that as an option before. But yeah, we're gonna finish the book for the next episode. So read along and then come back here and we'll see how it ended before we start book two. Thanks for joining us, guys. We'll see you later. Bye.